Yeah, this is Bang Bang Rail. Do you know what I would just quickly before I do my little video, yeah? I've been now on what YouTube for what over a year, maybe even more than that. And I've done about what nearly 800 videos, 800, and I've got what 6,700 subscribers. And I'm saying to myself, I don't understand this subscribing thing. I don't know how people do it. Do they have to pay? Do people pay to subscribe to your channel? You know, because I look at other channels and I think to myself, I've done like 800 videos, yeah, nearly. Other people have done maybe 140 videos, 100 videos, and they've got like 20,000 subscribers, 15,000 subscribers. And I think to myself, is my channel that bad? You know what I mean? Are the stories that I'm telling, do people think they're lies? Do people think, well, it is what it is? Because, or do people have to pay? Do people have to pay for the subscribers? And not only that, I've noticed here as well that my channel used to be really alive. You know what I mean? I used to get maybe 30, 40 people come onto my channel and give comments, and now it's gone down to maybe 5 or 6. And I'm trying to work out how it all happened, how this all deflated like it has, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. It's done what it's done. I'll just carry on, you know. I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing, and perhaps someone could sort of explain to me, do they have to pay to subscribe to your channel? How does it go? Would you have to press something, like and subscribe? Because I keep hearing people talk about it. I've never done it. I've never liked or subscribed to anybody's channel. I don't know how to do it in the first place. So I don't know. But people on my comments will tell me, you know. I just want to know why it's just gone dead. 1 minute, sometimes I wake up in the mornings, I look at my subscribers. It's like 6,000 something. And I look at it an hour later, and it goes down 30, 40 subscribers. And I think, what's going on? You know, what have I said something I shouldn't have said? Have I done something I shouldn't have done? Anyway, let me know, yeah? Anyway, I was just talking to someone last night, yeah, about Chelmsford prison, you know, only a little bit, because I've got big stories about Chelmsford prison, but this is something that come up in conversation. And I was talking about how good the chief was, the #1 chief there, and the governor at Chelmsford prison. They was excellent people. They was first class. I mean, they give you everything they could give you, yeah. And also the vicar. I mean, the vicar was he was just a nice old boy. You know what I mean? Nice. He could have conversations with me. He understood everything, yeah. And one day, just out of the blue, we had a thing come round, papers coming to ourselves, that there was going to be a big ballerina concert in the church. You can't believe it, you know what I mean? You got people in there have done 20 years and 18 years and 12 years. There's me done X amount of birds. There's loads of people that have done big birds, you know. And they'd never seen a woman, only on a visit. But to go to the chapel as well, and to see these ballerinas prancing about in leotards, because exactly that's all they really had on, was leotards. One of the guys that worked in the church, in the chapel, he was on another wing. He was a short-termer, but I mean, you can imagine, he's still a man. He's still seeing all his ballerinas getting dressed and changed around the back, and he's there. Like some of the stories he comes out with about is unbelievable. Anyway, so everybody's excited. I mean, everybody's put on the best, all in the best dress, best t-shirts, best shirts, everything. Not that ballerinas can even see us, you know what I mean, because of the lights and bits and pieces. Everybody's like, aftershave on and everybody's shaved and aftershave and looking the business, you know what I mean, to go to the chapel. No one goes to, hardly anybody goes to the chapel, but because of that, we all went, yeah. Of course, these ballerinas come on, everybody's really getting excited about it. It's just gone quiet. It's gone dead in there. There's not a word. No one, I don't think anybody was breathing about anything else, you know what I mean? It was like, no one could believe it. Eyes are out their head, and they got these ballerinas going around with leotards and all this, that and the other. And then, like, it lasted for about an hour, you know? And it was a lot. It was about, what, 8 o'clock? 8:15 that it's finished, yeah? Everybody goes back to the wing. It might be in before that, and they had about an hour association, more hour. You know, everybody's watched this; they can't believe it. Everybody's coming out there like lunatics. they were coming out like nutcases. You know what I mean? They want to get the hot water and do the flasks and whatever they want to do and bang up. Yeah. So we saved this. Say we had about an hour left to association with people cooking foods and all that. Obviously, the people didn't go to the ballet. The gay ones, the ones that run around for the people in there, they're cooking their meals, you know, cooking their dinners and doing this, that, and the coffees and teas and making it all ready for them when they come out of the chapel. It's unbelievable, yeah. That you got an hour left before bang up. Listen, let me tell you something, right? And on one of them as well. People, the doors were slamming. You could hear the doors slamming. You can hear all the doors slamming, you know what I mean? People going, they're banging up, yeah? They're banging up. They're putting the magnet, they're putting a magnet on the spile, magnet with a cloth over the spile so no one can look in. They're going in there and they're putting their pie, their sunny, all their different sorts of record players they've got. Everybody had record players in there. They're all putting like the Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyds and Doors and all that. Everyone's puffing. Everybody's like just not there. They're not in prison. They're elsewhere. So you can imagine how many. Listen, people were going mad. I should imagine. The whole prison, the whole wing, our wing, C wing, everybody was wanking themselves silly. I can imagine. I was one of them. Just mad, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? You got all these young ballerinas in leotards doing all sorts of things, handstands, splits and everything. And all these legs behind their neck and everything. You know, and everyone's sitting there quiet, mate. It was so quiet. You couldn't hear a pin drop. I swear my life. All the eyes were like that. You know what I mean? It was one of the best times that I've seen in a prison. I've never seen that before. I don't think anybody else has seen that before. But what was more exciting was to see everybody bang up. Yeah. Everybody get their food or whatever it was, and most of them never even done that. They just banged the doors up, put the magnet on the spile, and put the record players on doors and everything. Pink Floyds, Led Zeppelins, and all sorts of records were blasting out, and they was all on the puff. They was all wanking themselves silly. But it was like, you know, everybody in the morning was all rushing to the toilet and rushing to get water, and it was fantastic, man. It was fantastic to think that the governor and the chief and the chapel and and they put all that together for us. That's unbelievable. It's such a good prison, yeah. And then on top of that, later, something more exciting than that was when the Sex Pistols, Johnny Rotten and all that lot come in to Chelmsford prison to play for us. You know, you can imagine, can't you? Sex Pistols. I mean, they was just up and coming, yeah, then. Everybody had heard about them, who they were. Some that hadn't heard about them, they still went to the gym to go and watch it, you know. Sex Pistols. I mean, how many people have groups like the Sex Pistols comes to a prison? And this is for the governor again, yeah. and the chapel and all that, you know. And the amount of people that went to it was like just crazy. You got people in there that have done so much time in prison, you know, and done a lot of time, and a lot of dangerous people in there. Even if they've done 10, 15, 20 years, doesn't mean to say they're still not dangerous, you know. They're still very paranoid, schizos, you know what I mean? They're still dangerous people. That's why you see murders in prison, because that's what they are, isn't it? It's like a thing. I'm 20-odd stone, 19, 20 stone. There's my mate Togi Ludlow, his little Dave Potter, and all this little firm, and there's lots of people running around. Terry Millman, Lou Swallow, Ronnie Bender, Jimmy Tibbs, Robert Tibbs. I mean, all the Tibbses was there. I mean, you know, Mickey Green. You got Tony Edlin. You got Tony Lawrence. You got Frankie Fraser. I'm not quite sure if Frank was there now. I'm not quite sure, but all that lot. I mean, there is so many nutcases there. You'll believe it. And when you go there, everybody's sitting down and you can't believe it. It's going to be Sex Pistols, and all of a sudden they started. They're going mad, you know what I mean? Everybody can't. I mean, there's certain people, like my mate Togi and all these people understood it. They're into that music, yeah, but all going mad, yeah. And then one of the most silliest things that I've seen in prison, not silly, but it could have really got out of control. I mean, Sex Pistols done a record about us, about Chelmsford prison. They'd done a record about us in Chelmsford prison. They was lucky to get out of there alive. They was lucky to get out of there alive. It was phenomenal, you know what I mean? It was like, you couldn't believe it, you know. You're in prison. You got ballerinas up in the chapel. You got Sex Pistols down in the gym. You got all playing this what matter, and you know, and all this sort of music, and shouting and screaming. You got maybe 5 or 6 screws in there, and all of a sudden, what happens? You got them saying it's mad, and how they got away with it is unbelievable. When they're saying, "How can all you lot in here let these people, these prison officers, bang you all up? They are just nobodies. We walked in here so simply, so simple, and you're sitting in there and you can't get out of here. We can, because you're nothings. You're no ones. You're no ones. You're nothing. The way they come out of it, mate. Oh yeah, let me tell you something. You could hear the chairs fidgeting. The people were sitting down and they was fidgeting, yeah? And you knew that in a minute now it's going to kick off, yeah? It's going to kick off. And the screws will not be able to control it. There's 5 or 6 screws in there. Bosh! They've hit the button. About another 5 or 6 screws come in. But if it really was going to kick off, them screws couldn't have helped Sex Pistols out. I mean, they got Mullers, they got across with their guitars, their drums, and all this, that, and the other, yeah. They'd have been screaming, mate. They'd have been screaming for their life, because there was people in there that would have cut them to pieces in seconds. You know, it looked like it was going to get to that. They got out of the skin of their teeth, but they did make a record about Chelmsford prison, and that alone is history, yeah. That alone is history. That'll never happen again. That is something that I see, that I was there, ballerinas, everything. But the things I've seen in prison is history, mate. That is just too much. Too much history, really. Anyway, just a little video please like and subscribe. Show me how to like and subscribe. Explain to me how it works. Explain to me how I only got 6,500, 7,000 subscribers. 800 videos. I don't know how people do it. I don't know what subscribe means, really. I don't really care too much, but it's just where I see people getting it and I think, well, what's happening with my channel? My channel's gone crazy. I'm old school. I've got more stories than anybody on these channels. Anybody on these channels have got. I want to do a big podcast shortly with Woodall. I like him. I've let him down a couple of times, his Woodall, because it's not so much me, it's the people who write my book saying, well, let's not give out loads of stories because you've got the book, but there's so many stories anyway in my life, what's going on, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm going to see Woodall and get this sorted out. He done a good one yesterday or day before yesterday with my mate Matt Legg. I like Matt Legg. He's a nice geezer, he's a nice, he don't exaggerate, he don't tell lies. I think Matt Legg's that close to being a vicar. I can imagine Matt Legg with a white choke around his neck, because he was very close to him being a vicar or whatever he was, a big part of the church. Matt Legg, I could see it. He's that sort of guy. He's that sort of guy. He's very. He's just truthful. Everything he talks about is truthful. There's no lies. There's no exaggerating or nothing. It's all comes from there, mate. It's all truth, yeah. And when he said to me that he used to look after a pub, his parents had pubs and big churches. It's got a church and all this, that, and now. And I thought, yeah, mate, I can imagine you as a choir boy. I can imagine Matt Legg, 6'4", as a choir boy. Well, it can happen. Anyway, I love Matt Legg. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and good morning and nice one. Thank you.